we got to watch FTR against Danny Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. And again, if this wasn't a 4-hour show, I would have paid more close attention to this because I did think going in, it could be the only decent wrestling match tonight, except for Garcia's involvement. But again, this is more about what they're not doing than what they did. FTR's got Stokely, Garcia, and Nigel have Daddy Mac. That fat-faced it's such a waste of FTR. They're wrestling. They've got a manager that hasn't been proven to be affiliated with any main event talent in the past. I know everybody's got to start somewhere, but you would hope that the guy that the starting manager got, or the team or whatever, the entity that the manager got put with would be the thing to elevate him, but they're trying to rehabilitate FTR, who have been so misused and marginalized and just negligent. And they're wrestling Danny Garcia just because he's got nothing better to fucking do. And they still haven't figured out that ain't never going to fucking happen. Garcia is in no way ever a money fucking guy. He's not a legitimate main event talent. And all of the guys working with him, it's ridiculous. And like he's at the level of that. Nigel is a better fucking worker than Garcia, but he's a fucking announcer and has had like 2 matches in the last 15 years. And they've done an angle like that. Yes, I could understand if this was the days of some territory where the beloved, Lord Layton in Detroit for the Sheik came off the commentary desk to get back in the ring because he was such a big star. FTR is one of 2 tag teams on the roster that could perform in a main event setting. And they're doing this, and they're like the Hurt Syndicate, where they have no opponents that would mean anything in a money match. So they, fucking come up with this shit. And if it had been a TV match for 8 to 10 minutes, there you go. But 20 minutes. And again, they had not, Tony come in. No, I'm sorry, it was 22 minutes now that I'm checking my notes. But they've got Tony awkwardly trying to check on Nigel on the floor, and FTR is trying to bully him, but Tony looks like he doesn't know what to do because he doesn't know what to do. And Garcia fought both FTR members in an awkward way, but then they grabbed him and Dax pile drove him and got a 2 count. And then they spike pile drove him and got a 2 count where he got his foot on the ropes. Why do they do pile drivers? You're pile driving the fucking stack of dimes neck fucking blase mid-card guy multiple times to get 2 counts. And then they get the sharpshooter on Garcia, and Cash kept Fatface and Nigel out, or Nigel was already on the floor. But Dax had to hold on to this forever until a referee rang the bell. So they'd done all this fucking up and down stuff throughout the match. And then they finally, after going 22 minutes with an announcer and a middle card guy, they do a stationary finish where pile drivers can't stop him, but a glorified Boston Crab. Why did they just beat him with a spike pile driver? Then he's got an out. And then it was more exciting than what they got. Help me understand this.
I can't understand it. I don't understand why it went so long. I don't understand why they keep trying to elevate Garcia when it ain't going to work. Someone wrote in because now he's wearing like yellow trunks and red boots. What's this guy's name? Let's give him credit. Sean from New York. They should call him Sulk Hogan. Not bad.
But I mean, how did it even help him to yeah. I kicked out of the spike pile driver, but then the fucking sharpshooter. That was just, oh my gosh. I laid here for a minute and finally referee said, well, he ain't going to do shit.
Because there's no supervision. Who's supervising all this? Who's in charge? Who's in charge of the booking of all this? Who's the one saying what's going on? That's the person at fault. This is just none of it. And FTR, like you said with Stokely, how many start and stops has Stokely gotten in NXT and now here? Where it's like, okay, this guy seems to have a rap. All right, and now he's kind of a joke character. And now he's gone. Oh, now he's here again. And now he's managing women. And he's got some jokes, some witty line, and now he's gone. And now he's with FTR. It's a new thing. But it's a new heel thing. You don't have new baby faces to work with. And quite frankly, mid-card Daniel Garcia and Nigel, who, like you said, really hasn't done it. I mean, he hasn't done anything in 15 years other than 2 matches. It went forever. There was no reason for it to. The finish made no sense.